Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be rather interesting because I'm going to be doing another story time. Can we just take a second to appreciate the fact that not only do I have a YouTube video currently posting and I've uploaded it like noon, it's now 2:10 and it is at 18%. It was at 8% when I started uploading it. Anyway, I've also got barbecue sauce, I've got lunch that I haven't finished, I've got carrot cake that I got, which expires on the 2nd, so I have until then to eat that, and I've got Diet Coke, which is the only thing that's keeping me not depressed or less depressed, so, oh, that's good. Also, if you see a random cat running around, I'm babysitting a cat right now. He's right here. Would you like to see him? His name is Toby. I'm also not wearing pants. I'm sorry about that. Look at this big fat cat. Look at him. He's trying to kill me. You can't tell, but he's going to kill me. He's plotting to kill me. Okay, I'm gonna put him down before he kills me. So I have been binge watching a lot of vlogs recently, and it's giving me kind of motivation to start doing more videos again. I feel bad because I didn't want this channel to be just cosplay. This is genuinely just me sitting down and talking to you guys, so that is what this video is going to be, is I'm going to be giving you guys another story time, and this story time is going to be about cosplay. I'm sorry. I'm going to be telling you guys about my recent convention that I went to, which I went to Momocon 2017. Shout out to anyone that caught me there. That was a lot of fun. I'm really excited to go to, I'm going to AWA for a couple days, and I might be going to Dragon Con one day. I'm not particularly sure yet. It just seems how everything might play out. I also might be at A-Kon in Texas, so hit me up if you're going there. I might be going with Amanda, my Moira, who lives in Texas, so catch me there. So Momocon was completely impulsive, and when I mean that Momocon was completely impulsive for me, I mean that I decided to go at 11:30 on Friday night, and the convention started on Thursday and ended on Sunday. Let me explain. My friend Donovan, who went to the convention with me, I'll post random photos at the end of this video of the convention, and then if you guys want more, I posted a couple photos on my Instagram of cosplayers that I met while I was there. Basically, he had come up because a really good friend of ours, my old stand partner, Christine, my precious little cupcake, was graduating, and it's from the high school that we went to. We were all really proud of her. So me, Donovan, and Ruth all went to the graduation together. Now, I hadn't talked to Ruth in a while. We kind of fell out of, you know, being friends and whatnot, which I'm not mad about. I don't really talk to anyone that I went to high school with anymore. But Donovan and I were really close after high school ended. We still hung out. We drove to places at 2 in the morning. Not gonna say where, because I have underage children here. But, we hung out a lot over summer. He ended up moving to Orlando, I want to say in January, and he might be moving back soon. Hopefully he'll be here for AWA, so I might, you know, be there with him. He's got a YouTube channel that I will link once I get it from him, and he did a vlog of Momocon, so you guys can definitely watch that and get a better understanding of how things went there. I had the most fun in the world. I missed him so much, and having him at the convention was honestly one of the best things that could have ever happened. So I initially wasn't planning to go to Momocon. I had thought about it a while ago, but then I decided that I kind of didn't want to go just because I wanted to save up. I was kind of in a rut with my job. I'm still kind of in a rut with my job. He came up for the graduation. We all went to the graduation together, and I asked him, like, you know, what else are you doing? Because I was like, you know, I don't really work most of Saturday. I don't work Sunday, so we could totally, you know, just hang out and do whatever. And he told me that he was going to Momocon for that one day. Now, like I said, Donovan is one of my best friends, if not my best friend, my best guy friend. He has been there with me for years now. He has dealt with some serious crap that I've put down. And, you know, my family loves him to death. He honestly is like one of my greatest friends. And so when I heard that he would be here, you know, I haven't seen him in a couple months, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to the convention. So we go to a graduation party, and then on the way back to my house, we stop in my driveway, and I decided I had enough money to go to Momocon. So I bought the ticket at 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and he told me that we were going to be getting at the convention center right when the ticket booths opened. Now, I had already pre-registered my ticket that night. Donovan hadn't bought his ticket yet, so he was going to have to stand in line and get his ticket. I was thinking, okay, it's not going to be that early. You know, Abby and I, when we went to AWOL a couple of years ago, we ended up getting there around like 8:30 and the doors opened at 9, so I was thinking, okay, that's fine. Donovan had other plans. We ended up getting up at 5 a.m. Well, I got up at 5 a.m. Got into my makeup for the cosplay that I was doing, which I ended up doing steampunk. People called it steampunk Merida. Mine is just a steampunk, but I mean, if it's steampunk Merida, if you want to throw it that way, then you know what, we'll throw it that way. I got into makeup for my steampunk cosplay, and then I drove over to Donovan's house. He wanted to leave at 6 a.m. for the convention and get there at 7 because the doors opened around 8-ish. And so we were going to get the tickets beforehand and then, you know, get in line for to get into the dealer's room and whatnot, because they let you in, you buy the tickets, they let you into the main area, and then you have to wait in line to get released to go downstairs to like where all the panels are being held, and also to get into the dealer's room and the gaming room, because it is Momocon, so they had a giant gaming room and they had the dealer's room with all of the, you know, the plushies, and I think they had like a whole car thing set up, an area where you could go get the tickets for like meeting your favorite whatevers and get the signing things. And yeah, we get to the convention center around, I want to say like 7-ish. We were driving from where I live to Atlanta. We ended up getting to Atlanta a little bit easier than we probably could have later on. We get there, and I get in line to get my ticket, and Donovan gets in line to get his. Now, they opened up those places beforehand, and they didn't open mine up. So we're just sitting there, me and all the other people that pre-ordered the tickets, we're just sitting there waiting. And Donovan comes out of the line, and he's like, I already got my ticket. What's taking so long? I was like, I don't know, they haven't even opened this. And then someone comes around and tells us, hey, you're supposed to be standing over here. I was sitting in that line for 30 minutes. We get in line on the other side, and it's really confusing because they put us in the same line as the people who were already waiting for their tickets for like 10 minutes, but we were waiting longer, so I felt like they could have just opened up a second booth and just done us. Whatever. I get through there, get my lanyard, whatever, which is hanging right here, right there. I could have just done this, that would have been easier. So we get into the area. There's a top floor, and then there's like a middle floor, and then the bottom floor is where the dealer's room is and the game room. We were on the top floor, and the top floor had a doorway that went out to the courtyard, and if you walked out of the courtyard and to the right, you walked out to the front of the building. So you could kind of easily just get into that area without having to go through the front, but they didn't check your IDs until you wanted to go into the middle area, the middle floor, so I guess it was fine. We're waiting in line there, and we waited in line for a very long time because they didn't open the doors to let us down into the middle floor until 10. So we're standing in line for like an hour, and I was in my steampunk cosplay, which had stilettos, so I was in a little bit of pain by then. We ended up getting down, and there's another line to let us into the dealer's room. Now that one took like 30 minutes, I think, and it was a lot of fun because you were seeing a lot of cosplayers just walking in. I ran into a couple people that I knew. I ran into a lot of Homestucks, which was really cool, and I saw some other really cool cosplayers as well. So we're standing in line, and Donovan's phone goes off, and someone was calling him, and they ended up calling him like 2 or 3 more times, and then he heard it. So Luna was calling Donovan. I forgot that she went to the convention. I forgot that she existed. I was really shocked. I was like, she's here, Donovan's here, he might abandon me to go hang out with Luna, which I didn't think Donovan would do, but it was still a genuine fear that I had. He answers the phone and says, hi, what's up? And there's a lot of talking. And then he goes, oh yeah, I'm in line with Megan. And there's a long pause of silence from the both of them, and then talking. And then Donovan goes, oh yeah, no, I understand. And I'm sitting here like, she's too scared to come over here because she doesn't want to see me. That becomes important later. We end up getting into the dealer's room. We're walking around. It's so much fun. I met so many amazing people. I got so many business cards from all the different dealers. I still have all of the cards that I got from all of the artists still on my desk, all paper clipped together. I was having so much fun. I was meeting so many amazing cosplayers. I ran into a couple people that I didn't even know lived in the state. And all around I was just having like the time of my life. And then we walk into the game room from the dealer's room. And across the way, I spot this one cosplayer. She's got a long pink wig, straight pink wig, very straight pink wig, wearing a black shirt, and a massive white hoop skirt. She's got a flag, big flag, white flag. I don't know what the hell it said. And I remarked, "Oh, that's a pretty skirt." Donovan looks over. And his face just turns into complete and utter shock and disgust. And I'm just like, "It's Luna, isn't it?" He's like, "Yep. I need Diet Coke to get through this. This is all the Diet Coke I have." If anyone out there is named Stephanie, this is for you. Cheers. Anyway, we walk around the game room, whatnot. Donovan signs up for a VR thing later that night. At some point while we were in the dealer's room, my feet started hurting really badly. Now, I had brought a change of sneakers with me because I wanted sneakers because I knew that I was going to be walking around and I would get hurt eventually. So I brought my sneakers and changed into them in the game room and held my stilettos in my bag. So, random side note that might be entertaining to all of you. I didn't drive to Atlanta in my corseted steampunk dress. I got changed in the parking garage. We opened up the 2 car doors and Donovan strapped me into my corset in the middle of a packed parking garage. There were people pulling into the parking garage that weren't there for the convention. That was the most awkward thing I think I've ever done in my life. That was fun. While we're leaving the game room, we had already gotten Chinese. I was like, was holding my little bowl of Chinese, and I had given it to Donovan at some point while we were leaving. We're walking away, and Donovan's standing next to me, and we're heading towards the game room. Behind me, I hear this voice go, "Donovan!" I turn around, and Luna is there, and she tackles Donovan. Like, hug tackles him. This is where you see where my priorities are. Because I was not holding the Chinese bowl. Donovan was holding the Chinese bowl. And when Luna attacked him, he fell backwards. He didn't fall, but he like stumbled backwards. His arms were out like this, and he was holding the Chinese bowl in his left hand. I ran over, grabbed the Chinese bowl, and ran off. I was not having it. You can take my friend, you can take my dignity, you can take my bride, but bitch, you better not take my freaking Chinese. I was not having that. So I take the Chinese bowl. I walk over to this one stand where this guy's like showing off his like pickup line card game, which if anyone remembers that guy, please let me know because he was pretty smooth with some of those pickup lines. Donovan comes over a couple minutes later. She like dragged him off and was starting to talk to him and he was like, "I gotta get back to Megan." He comes over and he's like, "I'm sorry." And I was like, "It's fine. I don't blame you." So we're walking around and whatnot. We end up going back to the parking garage because my corset was starting to hurt me a lot because I don't know if you guys ever walked around in a corset, but it's not the most comfortable thing to do at a convention for 4 hours. I got out of my corset in the parking garage, and that was fun because I kept getting stuck in the damn thing. So I get out of my corset, I'm sweaty as hell, we get back into the convention, and I run into Homestucks. Now, for any typical person at a convention, that sounds like the most terrifying thing in the world. Like, oh my god, you encountered the Homestucks, how did you make it out alive? But for me, I am a Homestuck. So it was actually kind of nice. I ended up running into some really amazing cosplayers. I'll link their profiles in the description, at least the ones that I can remember. If I forget you, I'm sorry, but there were some amazing cosplayers that I had never even heard of before. People that I had heard of but didn't follow them, or people that I followed and just didn't realize it was them because me and my idiot self can't remember jack shit. I ended up running into this group and they were going off to a lip-syncing dance battle contest thing in the building that was across the courtyard. So me being the person that I am, I asked if I could tag along. Now we were going because the Gamzee in the group, who is a phenomenal Gamzee, I absolutely love their Gamzee. If you're not following them already, please follow them. I'm pretty sure it was Decaf Cosplay, and I will link their Instagram in the description. I was also there and I saw Cass Cosplay, I think it was. I don't know. They were an absolutely phenomenal Duskar. Again, I will link it in the description. You guys gotta check out their cosplays. They are absolutely phenomenal. I ended up going to the panel with them. Now, while we were waiting outside of the room to get in, because there was already something going on in there, I was chilling out talking to this Dave cosplayer. And they were really sweet, really cool. We're just, you know, chit-chatting and whatnot. And I stand up and I'm leaning against the wall because they wanted us to get against the wall. So they were like, "You look really familiar." And I was like, "Oh yeah, maybe you know me from Instagram, whatnot." And I pulled up my Instagram and I was showing them my cosplays, and we get to my Dirk cosplay. Now, I've been cosplaying for almost a year now, and my Dirk cosplay was the first one that I ever really did, so it's what I'm kind of best known for is my Dirk. This was not the encounter that I was expecting to have this day. I pull up my Dirk, and they instantly go, "Oh my god, you're Ren!" I was like, wait a minute. They were like, "I used to be friends with Mara," and I was like, for those of you who don't know, Mara is one of my exes. Now, they're a really chill person. I don't really talk to them much anymore. I don't really have problems with them. We just don't talk anymore. But when we had broken up, there was a lot of things that went down, and Mara was doing a live stream, and they added one of their friends into the live stream on Lively, and they were shit-talking me like hell. This was that friend. Now, they were really chill about it. They were like, holy crap, like, I totally fucked up with that. Like, you were so chill. I don't have any hard feelings for this person. Honestly, they're an absolutely amazing cosplayer. I didn't really have a grudge against them when this happened, just because I tend to not really get grudges that easily against people. I don't really get offended by things easier. Maybe I should. Maybe I should get triggered by more things. When I had my interview yesterday at Spencer's, I told them that I got triggered by the horse head mask that was in there, and the girl laughed. We ended up being really chill. We were talking and whatnot, and it was completely fine. We get into the room and we start, you know, doing the lip sync, whatever. I'll add a couple clips of Gamzee's lip syncing thing if you want. It was really hysterical. They had a Terezi cutout up there. It was beautiful. The thing is, I went to this convention, but I had work that day from 5:30 to 10. And I was in Atlanta, which isn't that bad, except I didn't want to run into traffic. So at 2:30, I left the convention and went to work. I had to drive an hour from Atlanta to where I live, and then go from here 20 minutes north to work. I was almost late, but I made it. And I worked through my shift as quickly as possible. Instead of leaving at 10:30, I left at 10, and I drove to Atlanta because even though I had missed from 2 to like 10-ish of the convention, there was a rave Saturday night that started at 11:30 and went until like 4 a.m. And damn it, I was not missing that rave. So I get in the car and I drive another hour back to Atlanta to go to this rave. The area that I had parked beforehand was blocked off because of the rave, and I didn't know where to go. So somehow, by the grace of God, I found the service road that went underneath the parking lot for the convention center and parked along like this underground road that would have been perfect if anyone is ever doing Harley Quinn cosplay or Joker cosplay or Batman cosplay at Momocon in Atlanta 2018. Go to that service road underneath the garage, because it is perfect for photos like that. I swear to God, it was so scary. There were police cars lining the left side of the road, and there were normal cars lining the right side of the road. So I get there, we go into the convention and whatnot, and we rave and whatnot for about an hour and a half. And then around like 2-ish, we started getting tired, so we were like, you know, screw it. And we came home. Now I ended up getting home around 5. I had to drop Donovan off at Ruth's house because he was staying with Ruth. And then I came back here and passed out. And Donovan got on a bus at like 2 the next day and went back to Orlando. While I was at the convention, though, I will say I met a lot of amazing people. I wanted to meet up with Snow, but we ended up not being there at around the same time, which kind of sucked. And now she lives in Texas, so maybe I'll see her at A-Kon, but I'm not particularly sure. I ended up meeting Surprising Pumpkins, who is a phenomenal cosplayer. If you guys haven't seen her and stuff, I will link her in the description. Again, she's a phenomenal cosplayer. She's so sweet and she's so small. She's so precious. There was also a ice cream guy from Undertale running around Momocon. If you guys saw him, he actually had ice cream. I got him the first time, and then when I changed out of my corset, I was literally burning up, hyperventilating. Like I had not eaten or drinking anything. The entire convention, I had no water, maybe like a bottle of water, but that was from Friday to Sunday. I barely had any water at all, and so I was so overheated, and he let me have a second ice cream. So if you guys saw him and got ice cream from him, that was pretty chill. But if you didn't, he actually had ice cream. I was very amazed by this. And I will link him in the description as well. I think his name is like Astral Cadets. I might be mixing up 2 different usernames there, but I will be putting him in the description as well. Anyway, so yeah, my Momocon experience wasn't that terribly crazy, but it was definitely a lot of fun. I didn't really suffer from post-con depression like I did after Dragon Con and AWA a couple of years ago, just because I think going to the rave after, you know, all of that kind of solidified it. If you go to the rave, the after party, whatever, for a convention, that will definitely help you get over your post-con depression, because it's kind of like that finalized moment of, okay, this is the big party, like this is the finale, and it helps you kind of get over it. So like, pro tip from a cosplayer, go to the raves. If you're of age, please do not go to the rave if you are too small to go, because there were some drunk people there and there were some people on drugs there, but they did the drinking and the drugs outside of the rave area. They did it back in the hotels. But if you guys are gonna be in Georgia, in Atlanta, at any of the other conventions, please let me know. I would love to meet you guys. I will be at Dragon Con for one day. I'll probably end up going Saturday. I don't know what cosplay I might end up doing. I will probably either do an Adventure Time cosplay if I can get that together in time, because I'm probably going to be going to A-Kon in that. And if I don't get that together, then I probably will be going as Frisk from Undertale. Also keep a lookout, because I might be getting my other friend, my best friend Amy, to get into cosplay. She's never cosplayed before. We're setting up a Disney one. It's going to be really exciting, so keep an eye out for that. Also, if you guys aren't following me, I do have an Instagram. I have a Twitter. You guys can follow me on Tumblr as well. And also, I do have a Kik now, so if you guys want to message me on Kik, I will definitely let you guys know. Also, my This Crush is down in the description if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, if you guys see anything spoopy in my videos or scary or want to make any weird suggestions as to what I can do next time. Also, if you see anything in the video that maybe caught your concern as to, again, why I have an industrial-sized thing of barbecue sauce on my desk, please leave it in the comments. I will definitely try to respond to everyone. I absolutely love hearing back from you guys, so it would definitely help me out a lot. You don't have to subscribe, you don't have to thumbs up. I'm not going to force you guys to do that, but if you did, it would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next video.